Hi, everybody. I'm not sure if I'm live yet. I'm using different platform. So I think it just takes a couple of minutes to jiggle into itself. But I think you'll tell me if you can hear me and see me clearly enough. Beautiful soul family. Thank you for being here. Okay, so we are online together. We are communicating. And thank you, everybody. Thank you. So let's just take a moment here to connect in. We're right here from around the world, from Norway to Abu Dhabi, to London, to Shrewsbury, to Scotland, to Sewickley, Pennsylvania, Croatia, Sweden, New York City. Shalom, shalom. When's it going to end? Deepak asks. Don't be sad, says Mariana. Colorado, Israel, Nevada, Australia, California, Arizona, Washington, D.C., Canada, Warsaw, India, Ireland, Birmingham, Missouri, Alabama, Florida, San Francisco, Cheshire, Ontario, Canada, South Africa, Texas. May peace prevail, says Susan. Latvia, Nashville, Tennessee, France, Vermont, the Netherlands, New Jersey, Fort Texas, Alaska, Tennessee, North Carolina. Oh my goodness. Come on in, the doors are open. Ghana, Wisconsin, Germany, Bulgaria, Norwich, Hawaii, Greece, Elava, LA, Moscow, Manchester, Puerto Rico, Belgium, Cornwall, Rio de Janeiro. We're connecting Saskatchewan, Canada, Cheltenham, Spain, Italy, Peru, Staffordshire. Light will prevail. Federation of Light, says Henry. Barbados. Just look at the width and the depth. The Dominican Republic, Salt Lake City, Los Angeles, Fort Wayne, Indiana. We unite in love, says Reiki Truth. Poland. Independence, Ohio, Connecticut, Glasgow. Yes. It's an honor to be with you. Prayers for peace for our brothers and sisters and all creatures. Christine, thank you. Hamburg, Germany, Knoxville. Sofia, Kalispera Poelava. Good evening from Greece. Romania. Sao Paulo. Goodness. Yeah. Can you feel the waves of love? Can you feel the connection? We are a global family. We are a family. Bangladesh, Alberta. Yeah. United people of this earth, says Darlene. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Just see how many people are with you here today. And many thousands and millions around our planet who are calling for peace. Yeah. This is yet another wake-up call, yet another wake-up call, another pandemic. The United Arab Emirates, welcome. Yes, it's another big wake-up call. It's painful. But there are so many now. I hope that this already gives you a sense of hope, that there are so many around the world that feels the pain, that does not want this to continue. We're in Pisces time, we're in Pisces energy. And of all energies, of all the energies, this is supposed to be one of the highest energies of peace. And yet looking back when America went to war with Iraq, precisely with the time when Mars was in Pisces, Pisces energy. So there can be delusion, illusion at this time. A lot of illusion and a lot of disillusionment. I've meditated a great deal before doing this video today, and I've just decided, well, there's many things that I'm sure many of you have been feeling and experiencing here, but this is now another pandemic to end the war machine, the machinery of war. But it's a bigger package. It's a very big package. I have to confess that as far as the situation in the Ukraine is concerned, and with Russia, I don't know the complexities of it. I've not studied the history. I know little snippets that I'm learning here and there, but I don't know it. I just know that it is complex and profound, and that we must be careful to not make one side, the Russian people, wrong here. Because my feeling is that the Russian people, I would imagine that the majority of the Russian people do not want a war, do not want resources and money and energy and focus spent once again on destruction and destroying. Yeah. Kia ora, New Zealand. Irihapati, welcome. We really are here. So yes, there have been anti-war processes all over Russia, Isabel. Yeah. So Beatrice says, may our love and light arrive in Putin's heart. So there are so many of us, and we are beginning to learn that we've got more power than we ever realized that we had. Yeah. So let's not make the people of Russia an enemy. The minute we start making enemies, then we're going to be fighting again and destroying. You did this, you did that, you did the other. And we're going back into the old system, the old ways of doing things. And the old ways are not going to work anymore. We are at end stages, end games. Yeah, 98% apparently of Ukrainians are Russians. So killing their own family. It's very sad. It's very sad. I don't know how true these things. So I just know that our solution has been to fight and to destroy anything that is foreign or threatening or alien. And goodness knows we're going to be connecting soon more and more with our galactic family, with the beings that are everywhere around. How can we possibly think in an arrogance that we are the only beings here? So thank you, Critter Raw. The most important thing is that we come together and know us and them. There's no us and them. We breathe as one. We must have compassion for both sides. As I said, I don't know the complexities of it, but we are moving away from a world that has been controlled by the very few, not necessarily in our interests. Many are not trusting government anymore. There is going to be a breakdown of governments, a breakdown. And yes, the galactic family has to put some sense into global leaders. Well, apparently it is said that the people get the leaders that they deserve or that they think. Bon the Boon is sending out the love vibration throughout the world. Yes, absolutely. That beautiful quote that I have said before from Jimi Hendrix: when the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace. And we're dealing very much with the power energy. This is Pluto in Capricorn. What will it take for people to lay down their weapons and say, no, we are brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers? I'm going to cry. Mothers and fathers, a human family. If these leaders want to fight, put them in a ring alone, one-on-one. Yeah. So we're in the transition period. So we're being given more opportunities to see what's going on and to connect with our own inner power, and that your thoughts and your actions and your words do make a difference. Yes, you. Yes, you and you and you. They do make a difference. Mystic Rose, we got this. Yeah. Marie sending love and light and strength to the Ukrainians having to defend themselves. Yes. Yes. Yeah, our vibration really does matter. Each one of us matter. Yeah. So what needs to change? Well, much needs to change. Yeah. And there's a big focus right now, because it's shocking. We're seeing these horrific images, and there's a tendency to want to turn away in a way. Yeah, it's like, oh gosh, there's a rush of compassion, and then there's a feeling like it's too painful. Yeah, but we have to, don't brush the grief and the love and the compassion aside. Yeah, let us go into that. Yeah, and see that there are so many that do not want this world of violence, of destruction. Veronica is saying, listen to Dr. Peebles. Some are channeling Dr. Peebles, filled with so much love. So, yes, Nedia Juani, they've been at war for 8 years and nobody seemed to care. Yes, there's been wars all over and we've managed to somehow compartmentalize it. Oh, that's kind of going on over there and that's going on over there. And as Pam Gregory said, that there are overtones here of the first shot that was taken at the time of World War II. That first shot was fired during the nodes at Taurus and Scorpio, which we have now, Uranus in Taurus, which we have now, and Mars at 24 degrees of Capricorn, which we have now. So these are warning shots, these are warnings, and we know it. We know it. We've gotten stronger in this last couple of years. We've realized how connected we are with viruses, but we're also connected in love. And everything has to change. Everything has to change. The money, the systems. Love you too, Amanda. Thank you. We've degraded ourselves into material beings rather than seeing that we are spiritual beings in a material world and we can choose. We must choose. To create that higher consciousness. Lynn McTaggart is doing some wonderful work right now with intention. She's working with intention. Her intention statement is, our intention is that peace be immediately, completely, and permanently restored in Ukraine with no further loss of life, and that the country maintain its sovereignty as an independent democratic nation. Every day for this next week, there is an intention going on. At 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 Eastern, 5 p.m. UK, if you want to tune into that, although it's going on all over the world. Thank you, John and Lois. Thank you. I appreciate you too. So it's time to begin to look at what is pulling our frequency down. All right, compassion, the outpouring of love. What can we do? The thoughts, the prayers, they do make a difference. They do. We are one, Dennis. We haven't quite got it yet. Not at the deepest of levels. We're still creating war machines and weapons and spending resources on ways of blowing one another up potentially. And since we discovered Pluto in 1930, we became the first, maybe the first, I don't know. It became possible for us to destroy ourselves completely. So we're looking here because we've got some serious aspects coming up over these next months. The Ukraine is a focus point, and let's send those prayers to Ukraine and to Russia and to everybody who's affected, because we're all affected more than we realize. Some of you have not been sleeping. Some of you felt agitated. Some of you felt very deeply sad. I know for myself, I felt so sad. But we're not powerless. One message of Pisces is that we're powerless. That's the negative frequency, the lower frequency. But the higher frequency is that we are powerful. Don't want that war. John Lennon, imagine all the people, how long ago, and he got killed. So we're all affected now. We're beginning to see that what one does affects the whole. What you do, it's been scientifically proved more and more and more. But I think that there's a wake-up call that unless we see this, we're going to just destroy one another. And it can happen so quickly. But equally, the love can spread so quickly. The compassion can spread so quickly, like an infection, a wonderful infection. It can be the vitamin C, the IVs of high doses of vitamin C, which can eradicate cancer, which can eradicate the rottenness. We can be those high dose vitamin C to one another. High dosages that eradicate inflammation, the inflammations that we have in our bodies due to low frequency food, low frequency housing. Penny Kelly talks about this. I must give her the credit. Yes. Chris Aurora, each needs to find peace in their hearts, minds, lives, and in our immediate world. And we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. We're more powerful than we realize. We're moving into this Aquarian age. Pluto soon to go into Aquarius. This is the people power. Aquarius, the people, Pluto, the power. But how will we use it? So the way that one of the ways I feel is this raising of frequency and realizing what is depleting you, what is hemorrhaging you, and what must we change to raise our frequency. So food, nutrition, how we grow our food, what we put on our food. Penny Kelly was telling me that there was an experiment she did, I think 10 years ago, with an orange. And there was 0 vitamin C in this orange. No vitamin C at all in it. So we've depleted our nutrition, our housing, largely where we've put our housing, how we structure our housing, probably depletes our frequencies rather than raising our frequencies. When you go into a very, I'm rereading again this wonderful book, what's it called, the Journeys of the High Masters. It's a wonderful series of books by Spalding. And there was a temple that had only been programmed for love, for joy, for healing. Nothing else of any other energy had gone into that temple. And people would come from thousands of miles just to that temple and would be healed because of those high frequencies. So we have to work on creating buildings with high frequency, on asking Mother Earth where we can put our habitations, our clothes, our music. Music, you can listen to music and it pulls your frequency right down. Sometimes I'm in the dentist or somewhere and I can feel like I walked in feeling great and all of a sudden I'm feeling dizzy. And it's this music. It's terrible music, draining my life force. So become more aware of what's draining your life force. I find I have to go outside and be in nature several times. I've had 3 walks today amidst the rain and the showers, just to go and center again in nature, in Mother Earth. Violent films, violence that we're showing to our youngsters. So we've got to change education. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. The disconnect from nature, engaging in war. I mean, these are all low frequency activities. So see in your world where you can Do your best to maintain a higher frequency, of course. Beautiful flowers. I always find these to be very soothing. When I've got flowers in front of me, I'm always soothed. So there are little things that you can do. You can say prayers over your water or whatever it is that you're going to drink. These little things of respect for everything around you make a difference to your frequency. Yeah, A Knight says children watching TikTok videos of war. Yeah, I mean this is a concern. So we have much to work on. We have a lot of work to do. Don't think that you haven't got a purpose here right now, right here. Yes, you have. You are super important. And what you think, what you say, what you do, how you behave, what you do with your frequency matters. Matters. What you spend your money on, where you put your resources, who you support, why you support them. It's time for a big re-evaluation, because as we move into May, we're going to get a lot of Aries energy. Aries already starts next month, March, towards the end of next month. We start to get Aries energy. This is potentially more fighting energy, but it also brings us the energy of new possibilities, new beginnings, new actions, new solutions, new high frequency leadership, new high frequency leadership. When somebody starts talking about us and them, that's not the kind of leader we want. When someone starts talking about we're all brothers and sisters, we're in this together with the animals, with the plants, with the beings. We want to bring wholeness. Reminds me of Carolyn Mice. She talks a lot about wholeness. And this is what Pisces is about, this time that we're in right now. And you go to a doctor, and this is how medicine has been these last years. And he says, right, okay, you've got a problem with your heart. I'm going to give you some heart medication, but just to let you know, it's probably going to have a side effect that won't be very positive on your kidneys. And you probably now say, well, haven't you got something that's a bit more holistic? Haven't you got something that works for the whole of me, rather than all these little itty bitty parts, and sod the kidneys? Or sod the liver, we'll just focus on the heart. All matters, all of it. Sarah, there were people singing and dancing in the park. That's helping to raise the frequency. Thank you. So we have to reevaluate everything. And some of you are interested in the animals, and put your focus there and use the animals to raise your frequency. Helps me with my kitty, Antoni. You know? What is it? The unconditional love of a dog when he sees you and he just has to jump up and his tail's going and he just loves you unconditionally. Let's look at our animals. Our animals have got many, many answers for us. So have the flowers, the faces of the flowers. Choose what it is that you've got an affinity with. Some of us have got a real affinity with the land, with how to grow things. Some of you have got wonderful green fingers. Mary, thank you. That's beautiful. Let no man pull you so low as to hate him. Martin Luther King. 'Cause, 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 'cause There we are. Steph has got a new kitty. Her name is Sassy. So whatever connects you to the pure frequency of Mother Nature, Mother Earth, a child, an innocent child who's not had the programming yet, the conditioning yet. So we are being called for a consciousness shift. That's what this terrible situation is about. And we're probably going to see many series of difficult situations because we've got to keep waking up and we've got to stay awake. Doesn't mean to say that you shouldn't get rest and sleep. I've needed quite a lot of rest in the last couple of days. That's why I've not actually done a video. A lot of people have asked me, why aren't you speaking? I actually just needed to take care of myself for a couple of days and just needed to have a fast day from input and a day in silence. And that helped me raise my frequency back up again. So whatever it takes to keep your heart open and to know that on the soul level, I believe that we want a world that is peaceful, that is kind to one another, and that is empowering to one another. I feel wonderful when you feel empowered, when you take on your creativity, when you come up with ideas. Einstein said, peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. Mandela said, the best weapon is to sit down and talk. Or maybe it's just to be in silence and send intentions of peace and love. And we can turn it around. We could turn this around. As Zadhu Zaman says, only 7% at the same time praying and meditating can change a lot. Absolutely. Absolutely. One good thought can heal the world. So it's more important than ever to work on our own peacefulness, and goodness knows I'm still working on mine. Still working on it. One candle lights up the darkness. Thank you, Susanna. Yeah, or Suzanne, sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry to all of Ukraine. I'm sorry to those who are being hurt. I'm sorry to those who are suffering right now. Wherever you are, there are many who are suffering. Love you too, country book girl. Yeah, Nancy. Yeah, I had to take that time out. And it was not easy to do because I could feel the pulls on me from various, people wanting things and needing things. But if I'm not filled up, I don't have very much to give. I'm helping on an empty tank, and I can't go many miles on an empty tank. But if my tank is filled up, then I can go a long way and go a lot further. Thank you, Marcus. We're all loved by Source. That's true. Yeah. Look at all these beautiful people. What a beautiful family we have here. I'm so honored that you joined me, that you've joined us here today. And the feeling of love, the feeling of an outpouring of love, and how nourishing that is, and to know that you're not alone, to know that there are many who want this new earth, this new vision, and that these bumps and lumps are part of this journey of waking us up to what's not working. Mass consciousness of 1%, says the craft of living. That's all we need. Yeah, we are family. We are. So the balance of power is shifting. It is shifting. And it's a time of sadness, but also a time of hope and faith that we can create something together, and realizing that we are many. I don't think we've realized this before, how many, many, many. Lunako, that's beautiful, sending prayers of love to Putin, that he feels connected. Sarah did a heart-to-heart with a stepsister last week. Wow. Wow. Christy, welcome. Your first live chat. Welcome. Welcome. Almighty Mum, your mum says, where there's a will, there's a way. Laurie, you can feel it shifting. Anna says, I refuse to live in fear. Yeah. Many of us, Kim, need some self-care. And you must take it, especially the healers and the light workers. You may find that you are really exhausted. And I had to have a little nap this afternoon. I usually like to, I'm usually like to keep going. I just couldn't. I had an arrangement with a sound guy to come and really set me up with a good microphone. All right. I'm actually investing in that. You're worth it, so that you'll be able to hear me playing music and speaking as clearly or as best as possible. And I had to cancel him. I said, Savas, Hilia Signomi, I'm really sorry, but I just need to rest this weekend. He was fine. He said, no problem, I'll come next weekend. So, yeah. Yeah. So there is hope here. And there is work to be done. Yeah. On the inner levels. And I'm always, how can I say, I'm working on it inside of myself to become a peaceful human being who wouldn't even think of wounding another, of hurting another. Wouldn't want to watch it. It's so painful to watch, isn't it? Painful. It's heartbreaking to watch. I push myself to watch it because it is what's going on. I don't watch it all the time, no. But it's a wake-up call. Otherwise, we move away from it and think that it's not part of our reality. But we are to create a new reality, a new human nature. I have a lovely mantra that I repeat many, many times in my meditations from Yogananda, Paramahansa Yogananda, who says, today I open the door of my calmness, and I let the footsteps of silence enter the temple of all my activities. I perform all dutiful actions serenely, saturated with peace. And I do my best to live that. Do I manage all the time? No. Am I learning? Yes. But you might want to Have something that you can meditate on. Love, love, love you, James. Bratislava. Oh, missed that. Sorry, it's gone. Yeah, it's heartbreaking to watch. Absolutely hard, but we can't hide from it. No more hiding. We will make it through the storm. Paula is depleted right now, yeah. It is draining. But fill yourself up with whatever high frequency actions and vibrations that you can do. Have a list. I've got something that helps me. This, I hope it's not making a noise. It might be making a noise. Let me. Here, this left side. Okay, this left side, just sort of about a third. It's under the collarbone. In here, there's a bunch of nerves that connect. I'm told by my chiropractor, that connect to the brain, that connect to the vagus nerve, that connect to the nervous system. And if you just rub this area for 4 minutes, 4 minutes, you will sense a new sense of calmness. That's all to do. There are other things you can do, but just this. Thank you, Deborah. Love you too. So wonderful to tell one another how much we love one another. How much we love one another. It releases grief. Art, drawing, thank you. Galadriel Rea is sharing. Yeah. What are the things that you do to get into that high frequency matrix? It's so easy to be pulled off course through fear messages, through seeing what's going on with brothers and sisters. But we can stop it if we keep raising that consciousness. Not allowing, my dream is that one day we close down all munitions factories, all places that make weapons, and we don't need them anymore, that we just don't need them. Is it any wonder that the ETs haven't shown themselves to us completely? We'd be destroying them. We'd be shooting them and killing them and bombing them and dissecting them for experiments. That's the old humankind. But we're moving into something very different. Choppy, yes, very choppy. My heart feels your heart. We feel one another. We really do. We really do. Yeah. Deep down, what's the point of weapons that reach around the globe? Chris, what? Sophia, we are becoming more and more numerous. We are. Almighty Mum had a dream last night. An ant person told you it's the smallest ones that matter the most. Mm-hmm. Anthony channeled some great messages today. Thank you, Jacqueline. Healing and love energy to everyone. Love you too. We do feel each other. Nancy, love, love, love you. Yes. Jade, I am moved by our energy of coming together. I don't think we've seen anything like this before. I don't. We are growing in number. We know some of the things that we need to change. Don't be surprised if there are other things coming down the pike. To do your self-care. Work on your own emotional things that you know you need to work on. Find peace, find silence. Do whatever you can to keep your frequency up. I won't speak with people if my frequency's down. I just have to go into silence for a while. That's my way of dealing with it at the moment. I'm so grateful, Alyssa, that you're here with everybody at this moment. Thank you. Anne is speaking and loving your Christmas tree. It's in full glory. It's frequency. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, so many of you really contributing here in the chat. I feel such a wave of love, waves and waves washing over, waves of love here. That whatever healing you need for loved ones, it's here, it's available, it's here. Healing balm we can be, says Jean or Jeanne. Erin is thankful for joyful children. Yes, love bombs. Yeah, although I'm not sure that bomb. Yeah. We are creating a new reality here. Yet this has to be us taking responsibility for the reality that we've been creating and for choosing something else. Love to you, Ivan, in Ireland. Yeah. Mary Ellen working in the garden with the elements. Yeah, what are the things that you do? Wish for others to be happy. Oh my goodness, how wonderful is that? How can we keep our frequencies high when you're preoccupied with health problems? Cindy, that's a really good question. So first we can send some prayers to Cindy. And to do whatever you can to put yourself into a place that makes you feel good, Cindy. Maybe it's music, maybe it's art, maybe it's some flowers, whatever little things that you can have around you that can help you to feel soothed. Sophie goes out and visits some beautiful old castles connecting to the ancestors. That gives her strength. That's beautiful. Oh, Lou is feeling blessed by robins and cardinals. Yeah. Oh, yes. I really get uplifted by the birds. So how do you handle it when it gets so emotional? Well, you find ways of working with your own emotions. This is one of the things each one of us has to do, is work with those difficult emotions. Yeah. Yep, Phyllis, can we take a few minutes to meditate on peace for the Ukraine, for the Russian people not to be the scapegoats of all of this, please? There were many German people during the war who befriended the Jewish people and the gypsies and helped many. The Germans, were tarred with the same brush by many, so let's not do that to the Russians here. And let's send out that prayer for peace. Just connect with your breath, with your heart. I just feel I need to just keep my hands on my heart at the moment. Do whatever it is that brings you a feeling of connectedness to your soul family here and around the world that is growing. And let's just send out healing, soothing, peaceful, quiet energies. Let's send the energies of the masters that we believe in, whether it be Jesus, whether it be a guru that you have, whether it be source energy. Call upon whatever energy you believe in can soothe and calm. Our brothers, our sisters, where they will lay down their arms and hold one another in love. where we see we are not one another's enemies. We are safe with one another. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I feel your love. I feel it. We feel this. We're sending out waves of love, waves of comfort to those people who are suffering right now. Comforting thoughts. Yeah. United we stand, Janice. Thank you. And a lot of hearts. JHS saw a bluebird. It was a message of hope and peace. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Thank you for your outpouring of love for one another here. And we're sending those vibes far and wide. They are going out. They do make a difference. Don't lose heart. Don't lose faith. Do your bit in your neck of the woods. Join wherever you can in these wider prayers. And from my heart to yours, I send you so much love.